You like to pre-chew her food like
Yeah.
she's some sort of sea serpent or a baby bird.
I don't know. Well, we'll talk about it later. This is the paranormal side of
I've
my life.
mostly just been. I've
Welcome.
been saying eggs, but I mean beans.
Oh.
Eggs
God
are
damn
like
it.
beans, though.
We gotta start all over. Folks, welcome to Werewolf Radar, the world's premier paranormal preparedness podcast. My name is Jordan Dahl.
I am Nate Balding.
I am Roger Norquist.
Today's episode of Werewolf Radar is brought to you by the Monstroco man-sized mouse trap. Once used by Congolese forest czars to trap boars, these repurposed trapjaw-style lever traps are sturdy, brutal, and 100% inescapable. Comes in matte teal, carbon fiber, and classic pine wood. Monstroco man-sized mouse trap. Ow, my leg!
I mean, if one thing's gonna catch that wiry rabbit Indrid cold, it's probably gonna be this.
Or whatever's been sneaking around in my backyard trying to harvest my ground cherry plants.
And that teal is nice.
Or Kyle.
just Kyle. We've been trying to trap him.
It'll get Kyle. The thing is, so I like it. They made it pretty clear that I'm not supposed to say that you use these to trap people. You can say that it's a man-sized mousetrap, and that's as far as you can go.
Oh, our bad.
But no, it's okay. I think we can dance around this. The point is, something's taking my ground cherries. It's messing with the bushes, and I'm going to find out whatever it is. And whatever it was dropped a wallet the other day, and I'm going to put that wallet into the man-sized mouse trap. And when it comes back for it, well, nature will just take its course.
I mean, setting that mouse trap, like, sure, you're going to capture Bigfoot. But
Yeah.
pushing that back while not actually getting caught in yourself.
Look, I'm not
That's
going to
rough.
lie. The chance of getting Wile E. Coyote'd in one of these things is fucking sky high, dude. It is.
It will turn on you like that.
I got 2 or 3 of them just quivering out back, and I'm fucking terrified to go out there.
And you're gonna check the wallet,
Yeah.
see if Bigfoot returned.
Look, I'll go out there when I hear them all go off again, and I hope it's not a traffic cop this time again, or somebody from the HOA.
Oh, silly. May I go first this week, or would someone else like to?
Take the skull, kiss the
Okay.
talking skull, silence its bleeding.
There's been so much stuff going on. As everyone knows, we're on the Twitter. Jordan's face there is insane.
That was weird. Every once in a while, I accidentally kick my camera and it tilts up, so I have to reach up and get it down, and it looks like I'm. Anyway, carry on.
Anyway, carry on.
And that's the
So-
face you make every time.
Yes, exactly.
We're on Twitter. That's our main form of social communications, but we're on other places. Subscribe to those
We hate
as well.
it. You hate it. That's life.
I might
I'm
be here
perma-banned.
for it now.
Yeah.
So all sorts of shit has happened. First of all, alleged sex trafficker Andrew Tate supposedly wins, and he claimed to have defeated a ghost.
Alleged is
Oh yeah.
carrying a lot of weight
Well,
He pitched
it's
some bad
because of
poetry.
the law, but we all know what he did.
Somebody came in and he's like exporting tweets from prison, like through some schlub who comes in and is like, teach me, oh Tate. And then he sent like a bad poem out that's about him meeting a ghost or
I'm
something.
going to read the poem, and then we're going to
Yeah.
go into my other segment, which is Twitter related, because a lot of you be following us, you listeners, you sweet, sweet people, you pingos, we call you.
Mhm.
And we'll get to everything that you've helped us with. But for right now, we have a poem about a ghost from Andrew Tate. I was awoken last night by an icy chill and identified a ghost in my prison cell. He was terrified and begged me not to annihilate him. I sent him back to hell with a message for the demons.
Oh boy.
I am always ready.
Andrew Tate, even in these quiet, solemn moments, perhaps mostly in these quiet, solemn moments, you're an idiot.
That's the end of his poem.
You're a fucking idiot.
No, this is a tweet that is written like a poem.
So much to point out here.
That's why I used my poem voice.
He seems to think that ghosts and demons come from the same place, that all ghosts come from hell. The fact that he's like, and it was afraid of me because I'm bad to the ass.
No, dude, first of all, Romania's got such horrific demons you can't possibly conceive with your fucking British American
Romania does.
Yeah, that's where he's in prison.
But Andrew Tate's demons
they do too. They have mermaids that drowned you. Beautiful mermaids that try and trick me.
In prison?
No, in Romania. Well, some prisons.
Yes. Certainly some prisons contain mermaids who have gotten, done up for insider trading or something. Eastern
Europe has the most horrifying demons outside of Japan.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It's pretty spooky.
If you don't include the all-powerful African Orishai, who are just here to do their own thing, and our comprehension of them is lacking. Now, our Twitter, go to our Twitter if you ever want, follow us there. Because I went through I didn't go through, I asked what your hometown is, and a bunch of you responded. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
And I did some research on right now, Brisbane, Australia.
Brisbane.
Wait, what?
Brisbane works.
There's an E at the end.
Yeah, but if you were an Aussie, you'd call it Brisbane.
All right, we're picking a different place now.
Brisbane.
We're now going to San Diego,
Kuala Lumpur.
No, so some of you suggested San Diego. You got Scranton, Pennsylvania, Meridian, MS. Is that Mississippi?
Yes.
All sorts of places, even Puerto Rico. We're going to go around. We're going to be checking out some places. But for right now, we're in Brisbane.
Brisbane, hell yeah.
I hate that. There's an E at the end. Anyway, so I have just a start, and we will go diving into these. I went to Brisbane's Reddit and found some firsthand accounts and hearsay stories that gave me the goosebumps. But first, let's start with meeting the only legitimate paranormal investigators on the coast, this article says.
Wow.
That's
shots fired.
The Gold Coast.
Apparitions, and this is from sunshinecoastnews.com.au. Apparitions, cryptids, and bad energies and poltergeist are regular encounters for the Sunshine Coast's only legitimate ghost hunting crew. Their names are Daniel Shigroff, or however an Aussie would say that, and Justin Harmon, however you would say that, since I apparently am having my mind blown here.
I think you nailed both of those.
I don't know
they're
anymore.
Both Corey's.
I just don't know anymore.
They're both pronounced Corey.
They're YouTubers. Yep. They also do a lot of paranormal investigations. You can find them on their Instagram at Paravision Crew and Facebook as well. Okay. Paravision Crew Investigation. Just some awesome Brisbane stuff. Now let's go into what I really liked, is finding out all the haunted locations of an area. I have Urban Lists 7 of the most haunted spots in Brisbane.
Oh, hell yeah. This is a great idea, Roger.
I had inspiration one night.
Really good idea.
And I painted a painting. And this painting,
here it is.
This painting spoke to me, Jordan.
Nope, that needs to be burned.
So number 1 Chanel Theatre at UK. For any students at UK, University of Queensland, you let us know if I'm right with that. Or just avid theater goers.
I mean, would that be UK? That doesn't make any sense.
No, because Queensland's like one of them provinces or something.
Oh, they spell it with a K. All right.
No, they spell it with, I'm sorry, Q. Jesus Christ. Well, anyway, for students of Queensland, you've probably heard of the spirit who lingers backstage at Chanel Theatre. A ghost nicknamed Sophia appears as a real flesh and blood human in a long, old-fashioned white gown. Creepy much? Her presence has been felt by cleaners, maintenance workers, and even the manager of the theater, who apparently saw Sophia walk past in a dressing room. The room only had one exit, and she never came out. But don't worry, Sophia's pretty shy, so sightings of her or the sound of her footsteps backstage only happen after shows.
Now, do you think there's a chance that this could be Sophia from the Golden Girls?
I think there's a very small chance of it.
Because that would be a fun haunting, right?
But that would be, yes.
In the cast?
What am I doing in Australia? Yeah, she was a monster. She was a little nightmare to work with, apparently.
I believe it. She kept saying the N-word.
I think that's actually true.
It was?
I
can't. I don't know that that's sure. It just seems legitimate.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Seems believable.
Toowong Cemetery. This 150-year-old cemetery is bound to have the source of some spooky stories. There's an old tale of 2 young sisters who died in a car accident and were buried at the top of the Spook Hill. Legend has it.
Okay, first of all, don't name your hill that if you don't want to create a lot of spooks.
Like, was it named Spook Hill before the accident or after? Because one's mean.
Yeah, chicken and egg.
Legend has it, if you sit your car at the bottom of the hill, you will roll forward instead of backward. As if 2 girls drag your car up the hill to your inevitable death.
Okay, classic Spook Hill action. I get it.
There are also stories of a fox at the cemetery which stares at you and tries to lead you down a dark hill. The young adventurers who spotted this tried to take a photo of the fox, but every picture showed the same dark blurred image in place of the fox. Number 3, Breakfast Creek Hotel. This Renaissance-style pub is famous for more than a decent steak and beer. Many of the Breaky Creek staff have felt the ghost of William McNaughton Galloway, founder of the hotel and former Lord Mayor of Brisbane.
Now that's a ghost title. That's good shit right there. Dusty. Come on, give me a break.
Now,
give me a Lord Fizzle whistle. Scourge of Brisbane or whatever.
Unfortunately, the Scourge of Brisbane was prone to the drink and fell from an upstairs window late one night and died.
I thought you were going to say and fell up. I was like, wow, that's so drunk.
The staff, of course, sees him around every once in a while, and they feel a cold chill late at night.
Scary. You know, this is not to be grim or anything, but I don't know if I've asked this. I think I have asked this of you guys. It's a thing that I think about quite often. Where would you haunt?
Where would I haunt?
Where would you haunt? Top of your head.
This place is free. Die here, haunt this place, haunt up this building. It's sad to see a 100-year-old building without a ghost.
Just your current spot. I see.
There's no ghost here. It's 100 years old.
Or maybe there is a ghost and it's just having a silent, nice time. And then when you die and move in, it'll be like, that's not on, mate. What about you, Nate?
I technically have an acreage on Mars.
Good move.
So
you could be a ghost of Mars.
I'll haunt that until people show up.
Pretty decent, pretty decent. I actually own a piece of land on the moon, I believe.
Damn, am I the only one without
Oh no,
planetary
no.
ownership?
It's not the moon. It's like the moon, Scotland. I own an inch of land. I own an inch of land in Scotland where I'm a Scottish lord, technically. It was given to me by my girlfriend's sister. Shout out Casey Conlon, who
So what do we call you now?
Made me a Scottish lord. Please call me Laird.
Laird?
Yeah.
It is
All
pretty
right.
awesome to be haunting as a laird.
And I would haunt that square inch. So, you know, not a lot of people are going to step into it, but if they do, boo, exactly.
Now, would your ghostly mass only fill up that square inch?
No, like I think if they step in it, I can like, you know, appear to them nearby.
Okay.
Like,
Still
you know,
friends.
I'm haunting.
So you're,
I'm haunting the
your
brain.
horizon of haunting.
Yeah,
Just
well,
waiting to
if a person steps into
pierce
that
the
square
veil
inch,
of
then
their
I can
mind.
then I can haunt their brain and make them see whatever I want.
That's not a bad ghost haunting. I
Not
like
bad,
it.
right? Get
pretty
left
good.
alone most of the time.
Number 4,
Scare the shit out of a hiker every once in a while.
Wetsteed Manor, Wellington Point. This huge manor was originally the home of a family of sugarcane farmers and has had various roles to play since
Family
then.
of them, huh?
Yep. And by that, I
am
mean...
a sugarcane farmer. My husband is a sugarcane farmer, and our children are 2 fully grown sugarcane farmers. This is our dog, a sugarcane farmer.
Now, this home...
It doesn't mention that there are also like living machetes.
Sure, yes. There it is.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
This house has played a role from housing the sick in the 1930s to
Nice.
now being used as a restaurant and function center.
Weird jump.
It is rumored that the wife of the owner, Gilbert Burnett, and Martha Ann Burnett can be felt in the home with her scent of lavender perfume that she has been known to wear before, or that she was known to wear before her death.
Do like a lavender scent.
Number 5, Goodness Cemetery. The first sentence of this is warning, never go to Goodness Cemetery.
Wow.
If you have family buried there, you can pay your respects elsewhere.
Online at the Goodness Cemetery E-Center. This makes me think that it was called that because the first person who went there had a haunting happen to them and they went, goodness.
This place is seriously scary. A terrified visitor reported trying to leave the cemetery in his car, but couldn't get his car moving even though it was turned on.
Goodness.
Once the sun rose, he was finally able to get going and later found deep scratches on either side of his car.
Ah, goodness.
As if something large had been holding his car in place all night.
Goodness.
I'm going to do a deep dive into that for maybe next week or something. Who knows? There's so much going on in this place.
Goodness.
Other people have been known to leave this spooky graveyard covered in bruises and scratches. The old part of the cemetery was previously used by Wargaroo Asylum to bury the criminally insane. And that's all I'm going to read from this urban list. I'm going to save the last 2 for those of you in our Discord because there's some freaky stuff. And I want to end my segment with 2 Reddit stories about some other places in Brisbane. This comes from our Brisbane, from Metal Magina. The 2 oldest towers at the Royal Brisbane Hospital. I was working on the refurbishment of one of them a couple years ago and decided to go through exploring through some of the neglected areas. Ghost or hobos, I'm not sure, but I've never ran out of something so fast. It was the day.
There is a way to tell, but you got to get right up there.
It was the day, they said, and I was a construction worker with a tool belt and 6'4", weighing 90 kilograms. I could defend myself if needed. But the eerie feeling was just so intense that I had to get the hell out of there. We'll never go back to that place again unless he is with a full crew.
Interesting.
This one is about the tribal theater that I will end on.
Okay.
And it is from their friend who used to work there. They said that they saw a man in a suit in a few restricted areas. When she tried to follow him, he disappeared quickly. She told no one she worked with, and then one night a new employee came in from the projection room, white-faced, gabbing,
that would be you.
Gabbling about a man he saw in a suit in that room.
What kind of suit?
I assume a suit with a tie.
A horse suit.
All right. Well, I just, because, I mean, if they're like an improv group or something,
a fursuit.
Like, yeah.
Listen,
somebody might have jumped into some other weird thing.
That area is restricted even for bizarre improvisers.
Perhaps especially for them.
Now,
and none of your bizarre improvising shenanigans.
She did not tell any of what she experienced to him. And when he told her, the two stories very much linked up to be that was the same man in the suit, very similar suit, very similar looking man.
Pretty wild. Ripples through time, y'all.
Now, other employees reported feeling watched in the cellar of the place. Some employees reported being shoved in the shoulder as if unwelcomed in the projection room where the new employee saw the ghost. Later, everyone found out that a man had committed murder-suicide down in the basement.
Mumbo jumbo.
Now get ready for some more goosebumps. There are tapes that I am going to try to find.
No.
It might be impossible because Reddit is on it already and have been 11 years ago and no links to any tapes. But supposedly there are tapes that are owned by the tribal theater.
Wow.
Or some situation. Let me read on.
That showed this activity?
The place of interest to some paranormal society who, when the place was changing hands and the people set up some recording equipment in the projection room and left it locked up for a few days. And this is just audio equipment, it looks like. It doesn't look like anything, or audio evidence. It doesn't look like they captured anything visual.
Right.
But they heard bumps, crashes, footsteps, mutterings.
Metallic squink.
All when the place was locked up to be sold. There is also a whisper close to the microphone, whispering, "Get out."
Howard Stern's penis.
And then someone who deleted their account 11 years ago vouched, "I can vouch for this. Tribal was haunted, in my opinion. Used to go there on weekly dates with my ex, and maybe every second week something creepy would happen, particularly in the ladies' bathroom."
Interesting.
So that's my segment. Sorry for eating up a bunch of time, but Brisbane, you've been explored a little.
Brisbane coming at ya.
Brisbane, you've been explained a little. Sorry to keep butchering your hometown's name.
You're opened up.
Consider yourself explained, mate.
You got a bunch of paranormal shit going on. I'm going to go later in the year, going to be researching that Goodness Cemetery.
Yeah. Very cool.
And now I pass the skull to one of you. It's biting my knees.
I would like to take it.
Please do.
Here I go. Give me that thing. You got to bite it back. That's what keeps it. It shows it dominance. I found a real weird one. I spun the stupid monster wheel. I can't remember what it was called. The Wheel of Cryptids. And I found a really strange encounter with a really strange cryptid that I've never heard of. You maybe correct me. Have you ever heard of the Veggie Man encounter?
No.
Veggie Man.
Are you talking about
Veggie
a
Man.
Bunnicula book?
No, I'm not talking about a Bunnicula book. No, I'm not talking about that weird painting of the man made out of vegetables that's oddly sexual for some reason. No, I'm not talking
It's
about
called The Harvest.
No, I'm not talking about a new mascot.
I own it in Animal Crossing. That's how I know.
a new mascot for Hidden Valley Ranch. I'm talking about a weird fucking kind of semi-alien encounter that took place in West Virginia. WV, you know, the place that has so many fucking weird encounters in it that they based a Fallout game in it. And you can fight the
Green Valley
Mothman. And you can fight the Flatwoods monster. It's wild. Flatwood. I don't know.
You can also fight the Apocalypse. I really like that game.
So the Veggie Man. This is from the cryptids.fandom.com. Fandom.com. They're doing a great. They're doing great work out there. West Virginia has played host to a number of extraordinary, unusual creatures. They range from the widely known Mothman, Point Pleasant, to the Flatwoods monster. There it is in Braxton County. Few people, however, even within the state itself, have heard the strange case of West Virginia's own Vegetable Man.
Eat your broccoli. Ha, 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 ha. And then he chokes you with broccoli, I assume.
The sighting.
Here comes the cucumber.
Actually, we'll do.
Puts that up your penis.
We'll do appearance first.
It's
the Vegetable Man. The Vegetable Man.
Just his fingers.
Was said to be very tall, arguably over 7 feet, thin with a semi-human shape. It also appeared to be partially plant-based and possessed large ears with striking eyes that oscillated in colors, going from red to yellow rapidly. Its arms were thin and gave the impression of reeds by a riverbank. On the ends of its long fingers were suction cups, which had thorns protruding from them. You guys remember Bushroot from Darkwing Duck?
Oh, barely.
Yeah.
This guy's got Bushroot vibes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Those suction cups with the thorns protruding from them, though, that's like squid territory.
It's a amalgam or no. It is a creature.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like his eyes are going, like it's his liver's going from worse to worse.
Unless it's a robot who is damaged and those reed-like things are his.
And it's like flashing
cords.
like Bebop and Rocksteady when they're almost defeated.
Yeah.
Well, listen on. They actually come into play. The sighting. 1968, in the woods around Fairmont, West Virginia, Jennings Frederick was out for a hunt. Jennings Frederick.
Oh,
yeah, that's a name.
Yeah. He sounds like a weird hipster folk hero. As he moved through the woods in search of game, Frederick heard an odd noise. It sounded like a record playing running faster than it should. A sort of high-pitched jabbering kind of thing. When he tracked down the source of the sound, he came face to face with the Veggie Man. Jennings would go on to say that the being looked weakened, sickly. The jabbering increased. Suddenly, he could make out words, hints at telepathic communication. You need not fear me. I wish to communicate. I come as a friend. We know of you all. I come in peace. I wish medical assistance. I need your help. With that, the creature lunged at him.
If an alien is landing on this planet and needs medical assistance, they can't get it.
Well, listen to this. Maybe not in the sense that we're used to it. With that, the creature lunged at him and wrapped Frederick up in its surprisingly strong arms. It took his dick out, and then no.
I was gonna say no. Go on. No.
Surprisingly strong arms feels like it's going a direction, is all I'm saying. Frederick was unable to break away from the big strong arms. Was unable to break away from the embrace as the creature pierced his skin with the thorns on its fingers. The way I heard it is he grabbed his forearms. It like wrapped him up almost like it was gonna crack his back, and then grabbed both of his wrists and sank these suckers with thorns on it into his arms. Pierced his skin with the thorns on its fingers and began to drain his blood. While it drained blood from him, Frederick found himself enthralled by the flashing colors of the creature's eyes. I heard one description saying that the eyes, as he looked at it, the eyes started to turn and like swivel in its head. They were like weird, like downward facing, very pointy, thin eyes. And they started to turn and flash. And he felt like he was being hypnotized, and then it grabbed him. It drained the blood from him. Then almost as quickly as it had pounced, the vegetable man raced away up a hill. Frederick then claimed to hear a deep humming from the other side of the hill. He surmised that it might have been the sound of the creature's ship taking off, implies that he felt the monster was of extraterrestrial origin. To date, the 1968 encounter is the only sighting of the vegetable man. Supposedly had the stalk-like body, stalk-like arms, almost like the stalk underneath a Brussels sprout plant, you know?
Yeah.
But this weird
like
goblin-y face.
Super high.
He does look kind of super high. I will drop a link to the story of the Veggie Man in our listen along, and you should go check it out, because there actually is an old sort of Lauren Coleman sketch that is really weird and interesting to look at, and my man looks hella baked. So did something attack Jennings Hunter? What was his name?
Jennings Whalen.
Jennings Whalen? No, it can't possibly be that.
But yes.
His name was Jennings Frederick. Did a vegetable man attack him? You decide, folks. Go fan out. Find the Veggie Man. We'll give a quarter of the Werewolf Radar fortune to whoever brings us the Veggie Man alive. And that does it for my segment called
bring in the soy boys.
Veggie Tales. I guess.
Oh, it does. If it is a real thing, then this seems like a scientific experiment. Like they try to get human blood a million ways before, and they ran out of ideas. So they're like, what if we just grab them? What if we just lie and grab them?
I think it's very clearly a sick vegetable man who needed blood and crash landed on our planet and was like, all I need is a sip or two. Num, 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 num.
I guess if that's what you lived on and you didn't want to like hurt them, but like, I'm not going to give you my blood willingly.
Maybe he just needed complex proteins. There's sugars or some shit. Proteins.
Very possible.
Etc. All right, that does it for me. That's my segment, Veggie Tales. Nate, take the skull.
All right, I'm taking the skull.
Nice.
I don't feel great about it, but
we all have to hold the skull.
Look, it bites hard.
It nips. Biting hardly.
Anyway, here's an article called 13 Horribly Creepy Things You Didn't Know You Could Do in Hawaii.
Nice. My favorite. I love a haunted Hawaii story. It takes me to a Brady Bunch place.
Oh, yeah. Back when tiki gods were
punishing white people.
Yeah, punishing
the way
white
they
people.
Should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't take part of Pele. The first sentence here is Halloween is finally here. I should mention this is posted in January of this year.
Okay.
And while the Hawaiian Islands don't experience fall weather like much of the mainland, we could certainly partake in all things Halloween. Again, it's January. From candy corn eating and pumpkin carving to scaring ourselves silly at haunted houses.
Listen, this article is going to be ready for Halloween. They're going to be like, remember when we wrote this?
Hell yeah.
January?
I'm going as the veggie man.
Yeah,
dude, it's
9 months ago. While I love a good haunted house as much as the next person, I'm personally partial to the real tales of the paranormal. I love hearing all about apparitions and spooky sounds and other scary things in Hawaii. Even when you've lived here a long time, it's still fascinating. I should maybe also mention the name of the writer's Megan Shute. I doubt that she's lived in Hawaii for her entire life.
You'd be surprised who's lived in Hawaii their entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she could be a Howie.
It's surprising. Shaquille O'Neal.
100% Hawaiian.
Burt
Yeah, and Hawaiian.
Lancaster.
Matt Mickelson, actually.
Greta Thunberg.
In celebration of Halloween, well, I mean, she comes from a place with it's not an island spot necessarily, but
what is she, Japanese? I hear it's islands, but it looks like a big, just one big island on the map.
Mm-hmm.
I believe she's Malaysian. Well, I love a good haunted house as much as the next person, personally partial to real tales of the paranormal, blah, 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 blah. Even if you heard when you've lived here long enough, it's still fascinating to learn about the supernatural things and even experience them for yourself. In celebration of Halloween, we've put together a list of 13 horribly creepy things you can do across the Hawaiian Islands.
Hit me.
I bet one of them's hiding in bushes.
I bet one of them's watched The Ring.
Kind of.
Yikes.
I mean, number one is tempt fate by seeking out the night marchers.
No, definitely not. That was literally the first thing I thought of. Was like, I'll bet the first thing's just going to be like, go fucking around with ancient pukua. No, don't do that.
The Huaqipo, also known as the night marchers, are the spirits of ancient Hawaiian warriors who have been cursed to march the islands for eternity.
No, don't mess with them.
Legend has it that they spend their nights roaming the islands, visiting old battlefields and religious sites. Now, I don't know if you've been to many of the islands. There's not a lot of land there that's not an old battlefield.
Kapu is what I meant, not pukua.
Others say these warriors were simply restless souls looking to reclaim rightful territory, replay a battle gone awry, or avenge their own deaths.
It's an interesting theory. Trying to get it right.
Right.
Trying to quantum leap it.
Dude, maybe one day we can be in a quantum leap universe.
Oh, geez, I wouldn't want to. It sounds hellish. Poor Sam Beckett.
Dude, Sam got to be Elvis.
That is true. He was Elvis, but it doesn't end well for Elvis.
That's right. His constipation. Learn about it in the Grave Nugget.
Yeah. I mean, he's the only white man who's been various women of color, various men of color. a bunch of white guys.
Yeah,
When you think about it.
that.
Look, they were trying to do something. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Whatever their mission, the Night Marchers are said to march in a single line, often carrying torches and weapons while chanting and playing drums.
Yeah.
To protect yourself, you must quickly run indoors or lie on the ground face down
Oh.
in respect if you come into contact with these restless spirits.
Interesting. It is funny that the way to survive them is run away.
Well, or just put your face down and
Sure.
One's safer
that
than
they
the other.
pass.
Mm-hmm.
If you make eye contact with the Night Marchers, you will die and be forced to march with them for the rest of eternity.
Boy, I am not a good marcher either. They're going to be disappointed in my output.
The number 2 on this list, take a haunted road trip across Hawaii Island.
I've actually heard, I think I've heard about this too. Go ahead.
From haunted hotels to guests of the paranormal variety, Hawaii Island is home to various ghosts who've decided to make the island their permanent resting place in the afterlife. So, like, you can actually vacation there, apparently, after you die.
Yeah, sure.
If you're up for seeing some of the most haunted places in Hawaii, check out this. This is actually leading me to a weird, like, island tripper thing.
Cool.
No, Nate, jump. Get it. Let's use the fortune. Let's go to Hawaii.
Fuck this land-based existence. Let's take to the sea.
I'm going to be a dolphin man.
I'm going to be a man dolphin.
I'm just going to be a dolphin. Number 3.
All right, weirdo.
Number 3, read about Hawaii's most famous serial killer, the Haunted Strangler.
Yeah, yikes.
Wow.
Which I think that they fucked up in the title, because the first known serial killer in Hawaii is the Honolulu Strangler.
They let autocorrect take a wheel on that one.
Yeah. Who was responsible for the murders of 5 women between 85 and 86, was never caught. The 5 victims were found with their hands bound behind their backs.
Good Lord.
It's bad from
and it gets worse. Yeah.
In any case, the FBI was looking for this guy, and he was never found, and he did some really bad shit.
Wow. He's
Well,
still out
sleep
there.
Night, Hawaii.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like he managed to kick the strangling habit, so maybe there's nothing to worry about so far. Or maybe he's dead.
Well, I mean, now old at least.
Yeah, old and dead. Old and dead.
Number 4, come into contact with the paranormal at the Haunted Lao Theater.
Okay.
Are all theaters haunted?
Yes. Go ahead, Nate.
I mean, they kind of are.
It's a rule. They're just so big and spooky.
Located in Wailuku and opened in 1928, the Lao Theater is easily one of the most haunted spots found across the 8 main Hawaiian islands, with the documentation to prove it.
Oh.
The theater is so haunted, in fact, It starred in the last episode of the sci-fi show Haunted Collector in 2012.
Hey, don't know it. Gonna watch it.
Where you will witness convincing paranormal activity and audio footage. Of course, the theater aired a viewing party when the episode aired. Number 5, drive down the most haunted road in Hawaii, the Pali Highway.
Okay.
From ancient Hawaiian legends to major battle sites, the Pali Highway meanders through the Ko'olau Mountains.
Sure.
Between Honolulu and the windward coast, at one of the most ghastly places in all of Hawaii.
Wow.
Though there are several legends and tales of paranormal activity near the Pali Highway, there is one story more fascinating than the others. It's said that Pele and the demigod Kamapuaa, a half man, half pig,
Okay.
had a bad breakup
We've all been there.
and agreed to never see each other again.
Oh.
Legend has it that you cannot take pork over the Pali Highway because it means you are symbolically taking Kamapuaa from one side of the island to the other.
Weird.
If you try to bring pork, if you try to bring pork across, your car will stop at some point along the journey, and an old woman with a dog will appear.
Uh-oh. Now you've done it. Now you're in an episode of Supernatural.
To continue on the way, you have to feed the pork to the dog.
What if I don't?
Well, then you'll fucking die
you
at the hands of the
Yeah.
specter.
I don't think it comes to that.
Okay.
I don't have any evidence.
I'm just going to roll the dice.
Listen, I've been playing Disco Elysium, and I'm starting a superstar.
Feeling froggy. I get it.
So I'm playing my chances. I'm trying to be bold.
Okay.
Future favors the bold, Matt Damon said for his failed NFT. Never forget.
Yeah, that was weird. Matt Coin. The only money Matt Damon will use.
Invested in that so hard.
Yeah, I got fucking lost $16 million in Matt Coin.
We spent a lot of the fortune on that. I'm sorry, everyone.
Seemed to make sense.
I'm going to skip over 6, which is just visit a haunted cemetery, which
boring.
Anywhere.
Sure.
Number 7, get spooked at one of the best haunted attractions in Hawaii. The Plantation Village.
Okay.
I don't care for the name.
Yeah.
Seems like it probably has a problematic history.
It seems like it probably has a good reason to be haunted, too. Angry ghosts? I know where to find them.
An outdoor history museum that transforms into a terrifying Halloween attraction every October.
Every full moon.
The village tells the story of the island's sugarcane workers and life on the plantation circa 1850 to 1950, as well as the history of immigration to Hawaii.
1950?
And features restored. Yeah. Like, there's no way this is fine.
It's crazy how recently people were like living in fucked up bondage and shit.
And features restored buildings, replicas of various plantation structures, and quite a few ghosts as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It sounds like I'm on the ghost side.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
man.
Most ghosts, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, you're right to be doing this.
Yeah, you go ahead. Sure. Killed you because you were pregnant, buried you behind the fireplace. Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, if you have things left to take care of, it's probably you're good. You're on good terms.
Yeah.
take a stroll through the haunted Mackenzie State Recreation Area.
Ooh.
Again, Mackenzie, not a Hawaiian name.
Sure.
Mackenzie State Recreation Area is a secluded park covering 13 acres on Hawaii's rural southern coast, featuring tall ironwood trees, volcanic sea cliffs, and quite a few paranormal encounters. You see, this seemingly lovely park has quite the gruesome past. Portions of the King's Trail wind through the park, and per the National Park Service, improvements to the Zation Land's coastal trail were made in the mid-1800s by prisoners, maybe who were ghosts at the previous place.
The ghost prisoners forced to do community service in the afterlife.
And those unable to pay their taxes.
Yeah, your Beetlejuices, your Galileos.
Legend has it that the souls of prisoners who died while working on the trail still wander around the park.
Oh, bummer.
Visitors have seen, claim to have seen at least, apparitions of haggard men wielding pickaxes and hand tools,
Frightening.
wandering around at sunset.
Mm-hmm. Very frightening. Haggard, you said. That is not something I ever enjoy encountering.
They kept working.
Good Lord. It's very scary to think that, I don't know, the idea of dying at work and just your ghost never knows that you can leave. Horrifying.
Is it a residual? Is it
Could be
just a memory? Or is it intelligent? Intelligent, I feel the worst. I feel bad no matter what because of the situation, but
yeah,
I feel really, really bad for the intelligent ghost who is stuck doing this.
I mean, supposedly, they're actually continuing to work, making the park better.
Oh,
that's kind of sweet.
Yeah, so it's like this is what they wanted.
Yeah, they love the
do,
park.
Kinda.
They found purpose in the afterlife.
Thank you. If we're gonna be here, it's gonna be a good park.
Yeah, nobody litters on my watch.
Number 9, road trip to the several abandoned spots on Oahu. Even on the highly populated island of Oahu, abandoned places are common. This feels like really bad capitalism, but whatever.
Sure.
If you know where to look, that is, from abandoned highways and royal residences to sugar mills and telegraph stations, there's something strangely beautiful about man-made structures being taken back by the land.
Hard agree.
This road trip takes adventurers to 8 abandoned, and then again, it sends me to a TripAdvisor.
Yeah, book it. Book it.
Do it. We can afford one ticket.
Yes.
So I think I am light enough to be carry-on.
Sure,
we can fit in the overhead passage.
You could be picked apart by birds. Oh, carry.
Yeah, carry on. I'll fit above. I thought this through. I don't want to be picked apart by birds.
Hang on. No, wait. Let him finish. Maybe you could be carried there by birds somehow. Maybe we can save on this whole affair.
Number 10. Explore the haunted Kaiana Cave. This is on Oahu's leeward coast, north of Waianae, where Farrington Highway ends at Kaiana Point and Kaiana Cave. Sorry, Kaiana. Kaiana. I'm saying it wrong.
You're doing the best you can, and that's fine.
Also known as Makua Cave. Much easier to say. There are many legends that feature here, the most sinister of which is that of Kamahuai, a shapeshifter who would transform himself from a shark into a man.
That's
He
cool.
and his human wife gave birth to a son on the way, which I think we've actually done a thing
I think we
about.
have.
We probably have. That sounds very familiar.
Very briefly.
I mean, he's a shark man.
Shark Lord, yeah.
Who soon discovered a taste for human flesh.
Well, there it is.
Because it's delicious now. Nothing weird.
That's the only
Anyway,
reason.
This is the cave that he would drag his victims into before he ate them. And you can go there and look inside.
Oh, wow, cool. That's fucking cool, actually. I would love to do that. Scary.
There's also number 11, one of Hawaii's most haunted houses, the Kaimuki House. The famous haunted Kaimuki House, located on the corner of 8th and Harding. It doesn't give a city, but it does give street names.
Sure.
On a foundation of 2 beds of lava rock, it is known to many as one of the most haunted places on the island. The house itself looks relatively normal, but the story behind it is anything but. The creature said to reside in the house is a kasha, a man-eating ghost from Japanese folklore, and the stories surrounding its haunting of the Kaimuki house have been extensively documented.
Okay. Kasha, I've never heard of that.
I kind of think that not Ringu. What was the other?
Oh, The Grudge?
Yeah. I think it might be the Grudge House.
Interesting. Any more?
There's also an ancient Hawaiian temple with a sinister past.
Okay.
Tell me more.
Located in an isolated area of the North Kohala coast on Hawaii's Big Island, is a place so shrouded in darkness that it's advised you only visit during the day. Though that might simply be due to the fact that there is no electricity or lighting in the area.
Yeah, also, don't worry. That was the plan.
The Mo'okini Luakani Hayu was one of the first temples to be built on the island, and one of the most scary facts about Hawaii is that this place has an evil history rife with human sacrifice.
Okay.
Always fun to hear.
Always got to be sacrificing humans. People, just relax.
Anyway, that's a whole bunch of scary things about Hawaii.
Very cool. Hawaii is as it would come as no surprise to anybody, a place rife with mystery and legend, but also very, very haunted. I have a friend who had a really interesting experience there where he swore that he saw a woman cleaning the inside of a window. There was this very dusty window, and he walked past and went to a bar, and on the way home walked past the same place, and all of the dust on the inside of the window was still there. And he was like, but wait. I also heard there's a great podcast called Spooked. Yeah,
I think it's called Werewolf Radar. Yeah, no, Spooked.
Spooked is, I think it's subscription now, but it's very worth it. And the stories
Which
are
hello
very
to
scary.
our Spook listener. I know you're still here.
Listener. Hello. And they did one that was a story from Hawaii that fucking scared the shit out of me and really stuck with me. These guys go into this like deep cave and something like chases them out, and it's very scary.
Yeah, they do good work over there. I've listened to a few. They give me the goosebumps. We helped them on a piece one time.
Very scary.
Hopefully something came of it. But either way, good podcast.
Go listen to them, but not at the cost of listening to us. Folks, thank you so much for your continued support of Werewolf Radar. We love you. If you love us back, please give us 5 stars wherever 5 stars are available. Please hit us up on twitch.com/werewolf_radar. We play there on Mondays, usually D&D, sometimes other games. There's a game that just came out called Sons of the Forest that looks really scary.
I know.
I'll play it.
I want to try.
I ain't scared. Yeah. Can we team up? Anyway, we'll figure it out. If you really, really like what we do here, go check us out on patreon.com/werewolfradar. You can sign up to become a Dark Council member where you support the show. You get some merch. You get extra content every week. It's the best financial decision you'll make this year. Aside from buying a big thing of Kit Kats right after Halloween and eating it in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm. And every Monstroko item. You must buy every Monstroko item.
That is required. So, make room in the budget. Shout out to Chuck from Snappy Little Numbers for our intro and outro song. And what else? What am I missing? What am I forgetting?
I don't know. Oh, patron shout out. That's right.
Patron
Guys,
shout out.
Thank you for another month of
shout,
support.
shout.
Dark Council members. Let's go through it all. At the top of the list, going to the most powerful, Nick Bailey, Michael King, Jason Wardell, Phil Corridor, Janet Bravo, Gillen, I can't speak anymore, Dylan Gutierrez, Bob Ryan, AWOL, Amanda, Tobias Livingston, the most well-prepared dead guy, Marcelo Duran, Lee Southwell, Elliot Broder, Alicia Coy, Cheesebot O'Doom, Abby Klaboo, Ryan Flint, Jessica, Jake Specht, Akirian Soldier, Dean Malik, Dakota Vincent, Brian Ely, Adric Hinkle, and our Chancellor of Madness, the most powerful being in the Werewolf Radar universe, Michael Przak. The list is getting longer. Soon, when it hits 5 minutes, we'll switch it to something else. Maybe a laser light show. If we get 5 minutes worth of credits,
we'll make some sort of a video to go with it.
We'll do a laser show. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys. You're the best. We'll see you next week. Until then, our sign off line. Remember, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, to punch
the sky, Spaceman Joe.